Simon & Schuster Audio presents Mrs. Fletcher, a novel by Tom Perrotta. Read by Carrie Coon, Finn Wittrock, Alexandra Allwine, Nikki Maindurata, Jen Richards, Sarah Steele, J.D. Tucker, and Aaron Tveit.
The way up and the way down is one and the same. Heraclitus. Part 1. The beginning of a great whatever. The obligatory emoticon. It was a long drive, and Eve cried most of the way home because the big day hadn't gone the way she'd hoped. Not that big days ever did. Birthdays, holidays, weddings, graduations, funerals, they were all too loaded with expectations. And the important people in her life rarely acted the way they were supposed to. Most of them didn't even seem to be working from the same script as she was, though maybe that said more about the important people in her life than it did about big days in general. Take today. All she'd wanted from the moment she opened her eyes in the morning was a chance to let Brendan know what was in her heart, to express all the love that had been building up over the summer, swelling to the point where she sometimes thought her chest would explode. It just seemed really important to say it out loud before he left, to share all the gratitude and pride she felt, not just for the wonderful person he was right now, but for the sweet little boy he'd been, and the strong and decent man he would one day become. And she wanted to reassure him, too, to make it clear that she would be starting a new life just the same as he was, and that it would be a great adventure for both of them. "Don't worry about me," she wanted to tell him. "You just study hard and have fun. I'll take care of myself." But that conversation never happened. Brendan had overslept, he'd been out late partying with his buddies, and when he finally dragged himself out of bed, he was useless, too hungover to help with the last-minute packing or the loading of the van. It was just so irresponsible, leaving her with her bad back to lug his boxes and suitcases down the stairs in the sticky August heat, sweating through her good shirt while he sat in his boxers at the kitchen table, struggling with the child-proof cap on a bottle of ibuprofen, but she managed to keep her irritation in check. She didn't want to spoil their last morning together with petty nagging, even if he deserved it. Going out on a sour note would have been a disservice to both of them. When she was finished, she took a few pictures of the van with the back hatch open, the cargo area stuffed with luggage and plastic containers, a rolled-up...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?